myself. My name is Garrett Engel, and I'm the president of the Reasonable Faith chapter here at UT Dallas. And tonight we brought Dr. Frank Turek here. He's going to be giving a presentation called I Don't Have Enough Faith to Be an Atheist. But I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about our organization first. 1 Peter 3:15 says that we're always supposed to be prepared to give an answer for the hope that we have, with gentleness and respect. And that's something that is incredibly important to us because a lot of Christians don't know that there is evidence out there, and there are reasons, good reasons, for why they believe what they believe. And if you're a skeptic, we're here tonight, that's awesome, and we don't want to offend anybody. We're just here, we welcome you, we welcome your questions. We have information on our organization right out there, and there will be a question and answer section after that. But before I release Dr. Turek to his presentation, I wanted to kind of introduce him a little bit. Frank Turek is the award-winning author or co-author of several books and hosts a television program, I Don't Have Enough Faith to Be an Atheist. Turek speaks at churches and college campuses across the country through Cross-Examine, an organization he founded to help young Christians remain in the church after high school. He's appeared on numerous television and radio programs, including The O'Reilly Factor, Hannity and Combs, Politically Incorrect, The Bible Answer Man, and Focus on the Family. So without further ado, I will go ahead and pass the mic on to Dr. Frank Turek.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I was here back in September of 2011. How many were here for that presentation or were somewhere else at the time? All right, good. Well, anytime you call something I don't have enough faith to be an atheist, it's going to be controversial. So it's absolutely critical that you listen closely, because if you don't listen closely, you might walk away from here thinking I said something I didn't say, and I don't want that to happen. It's going to be controversial enough already, okay? So it's absolutely critical that you listen closely, otherwise it could end in disaster.
Das hier ist das wichtigste Gerät des Missgerechten. Das geht das Überlebensradar.
Hello? This is the German Coast Guard.
We're thinking.
What are you thinking about?
Are you guys ready to listen closely? Yes. Well, the first question I want to ask is this. Why are you here? I don't mean why are you here tonight? I mean, why are you here on earth? What is the purpose of your life? This is the interactive portion of the program. I mean, really, why are we here? Is life just a glorified Monopoly game? Get a whole bunch of stuff now because when the game is over, it's all going to go back in the box? One preacher to his congregation put it this way. He said, one day you are going to die. And they're going to dig a hole somewhere. They're going to put you in your best suit or your best outfit. They're going to put you in a box. They're going to lower you into that hole. Then they're going to throw dirt in your face and go back to the church and eat potato salad. Is that it? You just take a dirt nap for all eternity? There is no real purpose to life? I actually think there is a real purpose to life, and you can find that purpose in this ancient collection of manuscripts we've collected in one book called the Bible. Now, when you say that on a college campus like we're doing right now, people look at you like you're nuts. Are you kidding me? First of all, this book has miracles in it, and miracles don't occur. David Hume proved that you ought not believe in miracles, the great skeptic who died in 1776. Of course, there are other myths in it, and it was written by religious people who embellished it and made it up. How can you trust such nonsense? Well, I actually think you can trust it, and there's really only 4 questions you need to answer in the affirmative to say that the Bible is true. Only 4 questions. And if you answer yes to these 4 questions, you can show beyond a reasonable doubt, not beyond all doubt. I'm not an omniscient being. Maybe I'm wrong about this, and probably during the Q&A some of you are going to say I am. That's fine. But I think beyond a reasonable doubt you can say it's true. What are the 4 questions? Here are the 4 questions. that is some pretty groovy music, isn't it? That is, of course, from our TV show, which is on every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. and 1 a.m. Eastern. So here that would be, what, 8 and midnight? And it's on DirecTV channel 378. That's the NRB network. How many people here have DirecTV? Can I see your hands, please? DirecTV. 6 of us. Come on, why not the rest of us? Friends don't let friends watch cable. If you want to get, I don't have enough faith to be an atheist, you got to get DirecTV. Actually, that's not true. You can watch the show live, streaming on the internet. Just go to our website, crossexamine.org, at those times, and you can watch it live. You can also listen to our radio show every Saturday morning. Here it would be 9 a.m., and I think there is a station in Dallas that carries it. What is it now? 90.5? 90.5 FM. That's also podcasted, so you can go to iTunes and get it. Just search for crossexamine.org. What we do there is we present evidence for Christianity. We cross-examine ideas against it. Tomorrow morning on that program, I'll have Dr. Edward Fazer. You may not have heard the name, but he's a brilliant Catholic theologian from Pasadena City College who wrote a new book a couple years old called The Last Superstition. A very interesting guest. You may want to listen to that program. And what we do is we present evidence for Christianity. We cross-examine ideas against it. Now, why are these the 4 questions? Oh, I got to mention one other thing. I know this is like the Twitter generation. So whoever tweets the most using this hashtag right here will get a free book. Now, these have to be respectable tweets, not like, this guy Turek's an idiot. Okay, that doesn't count. I might be an idiot, but, you know, put something in there that is a point or a question or something like that. So if you want to tweet, go right ahead. XExam is our hashtag. Now, why are these the 4 questions? Truth, God, miracles, and the New Testament. Well, obviously, if there is no truth, if it's just true for you but not for me, or all truth is relative, then quite obviously this book can't be true, right? Of course, if there is no truth, then any book written by an atheist can't be true either, like The God Delusion by Richard Dawkins. If there is no truth, if the relativists, if the postmoderns are right, Dawkins isn't right either. Well, you can see there's a problem with people who claim there is no truth. We're going to answer yes to that question, and then move on to the second question. Does God exist? Obviously, you can't have a word from God if there's no God. If there's no God, throw the Bible away and every other book that talks about God. But I hope to review some evidence we covered here last year, tonight, that will show there really is a spaceless, timeless, immaterial, powerful, moral, personal, intelligent creator out there. We're going to look at 2 scientific arguments and 1 philosophical argument to come to that conclusion. Then we'll get to question number 3, are miracles possible? Obviously, if miracles are not possible, the Bible can't be true. I hope to show you tonight that not only are miracles possible, but the greatest miracle in the Bible has already occurred and we have scientific evidence for it. Then and only then can we get to question 4, is the New Testament true? The New Testament doesn't have a prayer if truth doesn't exist, God doesn't exist, or miracles are not possible. But if truth exists, God exists, and miracles are possible, then we can see if we have an accurate, historically reliable account of miracles occurring in the 1st century to a man named Jesus and his apostles, as recorded in the 27 handwritten Greek manuscripts we now put under one binding we call the New Testament. Do those documents tell us historical truths, or were they written down much later by religious people who embellished it and made it up? We're going to look at that question tonight. Now, in the amount of time we have, there's really no way I can summarize this entire book in the amount of time we have. It's 448 pages. Actually, I probably could, because I'm originally from New Jersey. Okay? You see, I speak at 150 words a minute with gusts of 350. So I move really quickly. If you can't keep up, there's a lot of resources on the book table. The book is out there. A 12-part DVD series is out there we just filmed recently, which goes through all this material in a lot more detail we can do here tonight. And on our website, you can get a curriculum that'll take you right through all this material as well. And by the way, I want to point out that all the proceeds from the sale of the books, the DVDs, and the curriculum will go to feed needy children. Mine. Just so you know, I got 3 sons. 2 of them have already gone through college. In fact, they all went to the University of South Carolina. They're all Gamecocks. We live in North Carolina, but they went to South Carolina. And the oldest one graduated from Air Force ROTC. He is now an intelligence officer in Las Vegas for the guys that fly the drones. Do you know all the drones that are flown in the war zones are flown from Las Vegas? And you thought there was no real-world application for Xbox. There is! The best drone pilots are Xbox champions. The second son went through Air Force RTC as well. He is right now in Del Rio, Texas. Is it that way? I don't know. It's down on the Rio Grande. He's about halfway through flight school. He's supposed to get his wings in August, so he's all excited about that. So we get the joy of going to Del Rio, Texas in August. And then the third son is not in Air Force ROTC at all, but he's still at South Carolina. He's been there for a couple of years. He's a junior now, which means for about the last 2.5 years or so, my wife and I have been empty nesters. Took us a while to get used to that. About 10 minutes. And that's how long it took to change the locks. Do we have any empty nesters in here? Can I see hands, please? Empty nesters. Do you know how clean the house stays when they're gone? I mean, we love our kids, but man, it's clean when they're gone. Anyway, there's our website, crossexamined.org, if you want more. There's a lot more on that website, including videos you can watch. Well, we've got oh, by the way, if I time this just right, we'll have absolutely no time for your questions. No, we will have time for questions. We're going to get to questions. Here's what we're going to do tonight. We do this seminar in 2 parts. I actually did part 1 a year and a half ago, where we covered in detail, does truth exist and does God exist? Tonight, we're just going to summarize those 2 points. I'm going to leave a lot out because we don't have time to cover it all. And then we're going to jump and spend a little bit more time on points 3 and 4. So if you're coming here and you say, I want the whole show at one time, you really can't get the whole show at one time. There's too much to go through here. So I'm just going to summarize points 1 and 2, all right? And then we'll go to 3 and 4. You with me? Yep. All right, good. Let's start right here at does truth exist? And we're just going to do this very quickly. But of course, whenever you start talking about truth, you always have to start with Jack Nicholson. Right? Yeah. Because Tom Cruise had him on the witness stand. He said to him, Colonel, I want the truth. And Nicholson said, you can't handle the truth. No. He didn't say it like that. Come on, you can do better than that. Cruise said, I want the truth. And Nicholson said, you can't handle the truth. That's right, you can't handle the truth. Well, there's a lot of people out there that can't handle the truth. They're saying, you got your truth, I got my truth, there is no truth, all truth is relative. Well, we'll deal with that in a minute. Let's just point out one thing here. Let's define what we mean by truth. Truth is telling it like it is. If I say, here we are at the University of Texas at Dallas, that would be telling it like it is. If I say, here we are at Watermark Church, where I'll be tomorrow, that wouldn't be telling it like it is. Or truth is what corresponds to its referent. If we're referring to this book, I say this is a black Bible, that would be true. If I say it's a white Quran, that's not true. You say, why are you starting here? This is so obvious. Because our first duty in today's culture is to state the obvious. A lot of people deny there's truth out there. And normally when they deny there's truth out there, they'll say things like this. There is no truth. Now, if you've read the book, we have something called the Roadrunner tactic in the book. I won't explain what it is right now. You'll see it in action. But if someone were to ever say to you, there is no truth, you should ask that person one question. What should the question be?
Is that true?
Yeah, simply ask the question, hey, is that true? Is it true that there is no truth? Because if it's true that there is no truth, the claim there is no truth can't be true, but it claims to be true. Now, with this one little tactic of turning a claim on itself, you look like a super genius. How about this one? You hear this a lot. It's true for you, but not for me. If someone ever says that to you, what should you say to them? Special pleading fallacy. Well, yeah, you're absolutely right, but I don't think they're going to get that. What you say is, hey, is that true for everybody? Is true for you but not for me true for everybody? Because if true for you but not for me is true for everybody, then true for you but not for me can't be true because it's true for everybody. Did I say that right? I know that can give you intellectual constipation if you think about it. But that's because it's self-defeating. It doesn't meet its own standard. It's like saying I can't speak a word in English. Can you see that self-defeating? It's like saying my parents had no kids that lived. It's like saying my brother is an only child. It's like saying everything I